Alright guys, so this is going to be my take on the OP Longblade Redguard build in Morrowind. This build's kind of a meme because, I guess it's not to most people, but it is to me, because if you're on the Morrowind subreddit, anytime there's like a new player from Skyrim or Oblivion that doesn't really know how to play and is asking for advice, everyone just tells them to play Redguard Longsword. Normally the player's struggling with they don't understand that this is like a CRPG where there's hit chance and they have no fatigue and they're swinging at the mud crab outside the city and they don't know why they can't hit it. And so people recognize that at this point, and they just tell them, pick a red guard. Your long sword's going to be so high, and adrenaline rush is going to make it so you can't miss. And yeah, then they play that and they don't have a ton of fun because it's not really a fun way to play, and they quit Morrowind a lot of the time and go back to Skyrim or whatever. So yeah, we're making that build, but I'm going to try and make it as OP as possible for someone who actually knows how to play the game. Because, I like to switch up my races too, and I want to play a Redguard sometimes, they're pretty cool. But it's just kind of a one-trick pony type of playstyle if you want to play it correctly based on what they have going on. So this is my version of the most OP Redguard you could make for experienced players, because there's going to be like enchanting and alchemy involved with this that maybe newbies don't really know how to take advantage of yet. I still think newbies should play my version of the build though, because you will be encouraged to try out those new mechanics and actually have fun with the game. But moving on to the race bonuses for Redguard. Oh yeah, pick male. They have better attributes for this build, so pick a male. Resist disease 75% is amazing because the diseases are really annoying in Morrowind, and this will make it so that you very rarely get them. Resist poison doesn't really matter much. I talked about it in the Argonian video, but basically Todd forgot to put in means of poisoning others in this game, so you only really get poisoned by yourself when doing alchemy. An adrenaline rush is the best spell in the game. You can use it once a day, but you can just rest for 24 hours really quickly to reset it. And just look at this. I mean, it basically makes you able to beat any opponent. So yeah, good job, Todd.
Great. I'm sure you'll fit right in. Follow me up to the office and they'll finish your
If you
needs.
compare adrenaline rush to like the other racial powers, it's just a joke. I don't know how it went through. Adrenaline, even to me, like sounds like it would be easy to work in some kind of downside, uh, maybe after you have the positive effects of the adrenaline, you have an adrenaline dump and you get some debuffs or something. But no, they were just like, we're just gonna make this the most ridiculous thing ever. So these are all correct off the bat: combat, strength, agility. You're gonna want to do long blade because that is what red guards do. We're going medium armor here for a better balance. I don't really like heavy armor on red guards. I think they should be a little faster. We're doing enchant and alchemy as major skills because this is supposed to be the most OP build, and using enchant and alchemy will make you more OP than just if I had done like block and athletics or something here. But you do kind of need to know what you're doing to use those. So if you're a newer player, still pick these. You'll be all right. You don't need to use them right away. And as you play, if you find a moment where you're getting bored, look up how to do some enchanting or alchemy. It's fun. All right, and lastly, we have block, so we can use a shield. Our minor skills are going to be armor to fix up our equipment, athletics for a little bit of a speed boost. Mysticism's important for putting things in soul gems to use with enchanting, and also for mark and recall to get around the world quickly. If you don't use mark and recall, definitely look up those spells. They make the game so much more enjoyable to me. Alteration is going to be used to put buffs on ourselves, such as shield, feather, so that we can reduce our encumbrance to bring more loot back home. It's going to be our way of opening locks and dungeons. And yeah, alteration is really good. And lastly, illusion. Illusion is almost entirely for the sanctuary spell, which is going to make it harder for opponents to hit you. You're probably not going to have enough magical ability to use a lot of camouflage and stuff for sneaking, but you can make a pretty nice charm spell. The trick is to just make it last 1 second for a really strong power. So you do like charm 50 points for 1 second, and then you just really quickly click on the NPC after you use this on them, and you can pretty much pass every skill check in the game, or personality disposition check in the game with that.
Very good. The letter that preceded you.
And yeah, you should be able to do all content in the game with this build. Make sure you level up intelligently. Look up how leveling works if you don't know. We're going to take the lady for even more endurance and personality off the bat. The personality is going to help our illusion skill, and the endurance is going to help us gain a lot of health each level up. So see, we're starting with 75 endurance, 60 strength. That is ridiculous to start out with, and 50 in long blade. So let's go smack a mud crab around a little bit. I'll steal this real quick. Alright, so there's our mud crab. I just bought an iron longsword, or iron broadsword from Aril the trader. Let's go see if we can hit this thing. We're at about a 2/3 fatigue. And there you go. So a lot of players struggle not being able to hit things early on in this game. As you can see, we are hitting things. Even not at max fatigue, so this should be a good build for you newbies. There we go, that took a little longer than expected. It's making me look dumb. Oh yeah, and if you don't know, there's a body right here. That was a first try on less than half fatigue, so that's pretty good. We are hitting things, see? There's a body right here. You can loot to find 200 gold and this tax record. You bring that back to the guy that like helped you assign your skills in your class and stuff, and you can complete a quest and get about 500 gold. There's also an exploit you can do with it to get even more. You can look that up if you want. I don't feel like explaining it right now. So yeah. That's my Redguard build guide. Probably the most OP and boring class in the game, but a lot of noobs like to try it, so figured I'd document it on the internet. Alright, thanks guys, bye.